As far as the women's rights in Islam is concerned, I have divided this topic into 6 categories. Number 1, the spiritual rights of women in Islam, the economic rights of women in Islam, the social rights of women in Islam, the educational rights of women in Islam, the legal rights of women in Islam, and the political rights of women in Islam. First, we'll discuss the spiritual rights of women in Islam. There is a common misconception in the Western world that in Islam, paradise does not belong to the woman. A woman cannot enter paradise in Islam. This is a common misconception in the Western world. One verse of the Quran is sufficient to dispel this myth. Allah says in the Quran in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 124. If anyone does righteous deeds, be it a male or a female, and has faith, he shall enter paradise, and not the least injustice will be done to him. A similar message is repeated in Surah Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 97, where it says, if anyone does any good deed, be it a male or a female, and is a believer, they shall enter paradise, and they shall be rewarded for all the good they do. Allah says in the Quran in Surah Nisa, chapter number 4, verse number 1, Ya ayyuhan nasu ttaqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahida khalaqa minha zawjaha. O humankind, reverence your Lord and God. Reverence your Lord and God, who has created you from a single person and created like nature his mate. This verse is clear that the spiritual nature of the man and woman, the male and the female in Islam is the same. Allah repeats the message in Surah Araf, chapter number 7, verse number 99. That Allah has created the human being from a single person and created like nature his mate and has put love between the hearts. Allah repeats the message again, that He has created the human beings from a single person and created like nature his mates, and from them he made the daughters and the son, and from them the grandchildren. Allah says in Surah Shuara, chapter number 42, verse number 11, Allah says, Fatru samawati wal ard. Allah has created the heavens and the earth and has created you amongst yourself in the same nature. That means the spiritual nature of men and women, male and female, is the same. Allah says in Surah Hijr, chapter number 15, verse number 29, that He has made you in due proportion and has breathed His Spirit into you. A similar message is repeated in Surah Sajda, chapter number 32, verse number 9, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created you, talking about Adam alayhi salam, created you in due proportion and has breathed into him his spirit. Now here when Allah says that He has breathed His Spirit into the human being, it doesn't mean any sort of God incarnation or any sort of pantheistic religion. It doesn't mean any sort of God incarnation or any sort of pantheism. It mainly refers that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given His knowledge to the human beings, both men and women.